We got motherfucking what the fuck is this? Tai Chi classes at senior centers. 6,000. I can't even believe some of these numbers. $671,251 for Tai Chi classes at senior centers. We got 600,000 Americans sleeping in the streets on any given day. 600,000. And we spending 671 grand and change to turn a handful of fucking grandmas into Jet Li. How many of that 600,000 people you think could have had a hot meal with that 671 grand that we spending for fucking Tai Chi classes? How much housing do you think could have been provided for $670 fucking $1,000? $671,000. We got 600,000 people sleeping in the streets, but we spending this kind of money on Tai Chi classes at senior centers. What the fuck is going on, right? Huh? We spending money to the tune of $1.7 million for space alien detection. If they fucking out there, then they out there. What the fuck is us detecting them for $7 million fucking dollars benefiting anybody? So you see, like, I mean, and the list goes on and on. I could do this shit all day long, you know. So, I mean, when I say we getting pimped, we are getting pimped. We are getting pimped to the third fucking degree out here, all right? Sex education for prostitutes in Ethiopia, $2.1 million. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck about the prostitutes in America. Why the fuck are we paying for sex education for prostitutes in Ethiopia? Selling ass is selling ass. How much of an art is there too? And why does it cost us in America, the taxpayer, $2.1 million fucking dollars? I could have used the fucking raise if y'all spending $2.1 million to teach these fucking hoes in Ethiopia how to sell some ass. I could have taught them that shit for a lot fucking less. All right. Now, that's this is just some of the congressional waste at home. Now let's go on to the big leagues. Let's talk about the 8 Ivies. The 8 Ivies. You know what the 8 Ivies are? The 8 Ivies are the 8 major Ivy League institutions here in the United States. The 8 Ivies in 2019 received $9.8 billion in federal grants. $9.8 billion. $9.8 billion given to the 8 Ivies. To these Ivy League institutions that charge you like $1 million fucking dollars a year to go there. All right? Now, they received $9.8 billion in federal grants, despite having a collective endowment in excess of $140 billion, which was up $20 billion from 2016. All right? Try to keep up with me. I know this is a lot. All right? The 8 Ivy League institutions in 2019 got almost $10 billion in federal grants from the federal government of the United States of America. Gave $10 billion to a group of institutions that collectively already had $140 billion fucking dollars, which was up $20 billion from 2016. I don't think those already rich Ivy League institutions needed the federal fucking government to be giving them $10 billion more dollars. Meanwhile, see, this is the shit that pisses me off. Now, the federal government, they saw fit to give these Ivy League institutions $10 billion. Meanwhile, we got scumbags in the fucking Congress and both fucking parties that will tell us that the federal government is unable to raise the federal minimum wage in this country to a livable wage. They're arguing that $15 is too much. But they're giving away $10 billion to institutions that already collectively had $140 billion at their disposal. You feel that? That's the fucking that I was telling you about. And these motherfuckers ain't even using fucking Vaseline. Right up the ass. Right up the ass. Okay? So that was the 8 Ivies, all right? But it's not just them. There were 10 other companies during the same period that received a combined $271.5 million in federal grants. 10 companies received $271.5 million in federal grants. These 10 companies included General Electric, United Tech, and the Boeing Corporation. These are multi-billion dollar companies. Multi-billion dollar companies. These companies are already ridiculously rich. Why is the federal government giving them so much fucking money? I'll tell you why. Because some of these very same companies spent in excess of $170 million lobbying Congress. Lobbying is just a fancy word for paying for fucking votes. Okay? They buy votes. They buy senators and congressmen. That's what they do. They buy the people's representatives are bought. They're full of shit. Democrats, Republicans, cocksuckers, all of them. Don't fall for the bullshit. All right? None of them work for the people. They work for these corporations to the tune of $174 million. That's who they work for. Okay? Who received the most money in federal grants in 2019? I'll tell you who. Amtrak. In 2019, Amtrak. The big A. Amtrak got $5 billion motherfucking dollars from the federal government. Amtrak got $5 billion. Got 600,000 Americans sleeping in the streets. But the federal government thought it was important for Amtrak to get $5 billion worth of grants. How many buildings could you build with $5 billion? To take some of these homeless people off the streets. How many buildings? How many buildings could you build? How many meals could be prepared? How much health care could be provided for $5 billion that the federal government gave to Amtrak? Huh? Now here's the kicker. The federal government thought it was important to give Amtrak this $5 billion worth of grants, even though Amtrak's revenues were in excess of $10.2 billion that same year. Again, try to keep up and follow me because, you know, the swindle, it ain't always easy to follow. So, beat this, all right? Amtrak already had $10.2 billion worth of revenue in 2019. They had $10.2 billion worth of revenue. And then the federal government says, sure, you can have this $5 billion in grants. Makes no sense, right? That's because it don't make no fucking sense. It don't make no fucking sense. We getting fucked for our money. We getting pimped. We getting played. And until the people fucking wake up and start talking about this shit and making a big stink about it. The same way you do when your fucking cable goes off or your car runs low on gas. We're going to continue to see our American tax dollars get poured down the fucking drain or shipped over to other countries or used for hookers for Jesus or whatever other ridiculous bullshit these fucking cocksuckers want to fucking disguise it as. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. We got to get smart. And we got to start demanding that our fucking tax dollars be put to better use. We got to demand that we not have 600,000 Americans sleeping on the motherfucking streets on any given day. It's ridiculous, man. We got to get outraged about the right fucking things. America's outraged about all this culture war bullshit, all this other dumb shit the media have us fighting over. We need to get outraged about the right shit. We need to get outraged about 600,000 fucking people sleeping on the streets in our country. Meanwhile, the government is just pouring millions and billions of fucking dollars down the drain or into the pockets of their fucking cronies and their homies. Y'all better get woke.